If you guys are not yet signed up to GBFC Selects, the free-to-play game, link is in the description. You can win £1,000 for every Chelsea match that is played. Remember, you've got to be 18 plus, terms and conditions apply. Please be gamble aware and play responsibly. Hope you guys get the grand. This one is a bloody big one. Yes guys, welcome back to another video. Welcome to the George Benson football channel. It is probably, in my opinion, the biggest game in Chelsea's recent time. You know, I'd say in the past few years, there's been one-off matches that have been big. We've had FA Cup finals, we've had Europa League finals, but what this one feels like as a Champions League last 16 knockout tie against a top draw opposition such as Atletico Madrid, for a very young Chelsea side, I feel as though this game is just as big as any of those finals were. Before we get into anything, I do want to ask you to subscribe here on GBFC so that you don't miss any of the other content we've got coming out regarding this game against Atletico. Tomorrow is match day. The press conference is at 3 PM UK time today. So at the time of me recording this video, the press conference hasn't happened, so I haven't seen what Thomas Tuchel's had to say, but I've got you guys asking me to do a video because, you know, it's been a bit of a sticky couple of days with the Leeds result that didn't really impress anybody. Nobody really wanted to watch the player ratings video that I posted after 6 things we learned. So I think in the future, if we draw 0-0, I'm probably not going to bother doing player ratings for those dead, dull matches ever again. But this one is absolutely massive. You know, any Champions League game, whether it's a group stage match against the bottom seed club or knockout football against Atletico Madrid at Stamford Bridge, it's the kind of match where you absolutely dream of having a full Stamford Bridge with the whole of the Matthew Harding, the whole of the Shed and as much of the West and East as we could possibly draw in to support the boys to actually get this one over the line. The first leg, let's talk about that a little bit first before we start building the team. The first leg was a perfect away Champions League performance from Chelsea. Yes, it wasn't in the Metropolitano Stadium, so that kind of home advantage didn't really exist for Atletico Madrid, but in terms of the longevity of this tie, the away goal counts exactly the same way. You know, we go into this second leg with that away goal, but with a 1-0, it doesn't really change too much other than the fact that obviously if Atletico Madrid score, Chelsea can get a late equaliser and go through on aggregate. In terms of what it does for, it's just a 1-0 lead, you know, it's like half time in the tie, it's 1-0. I'm trying to think of ways to rationalise why it puts Chelsea in the upper hand. But the issue is, with Atletico Madrid, they have so many good attacking players. Even though they don't play the most attacking, flowing football, it's one of those where now they're going to come to the bridge and have to go for it. They're going to have to come here and score at least one goal. We know that they can defend very well as well. Chances probably won't be aplenty for Chelsea, even though we're the home side. So it's going to be another incredibly interesting tactical battle to observe, but I feel as though we can get the job done. The performance in the first leg, I think it was testament to all of the growth that we've made under Tuchel. The result and performance that we saw at the weekend against Leeds is just a perfect example of how, although we've had some very big wins and we've picked up some massive scalps, it is still very much a work in progress. And the more that we progress this season, not only in the Premier League, but we've got FA Cup quarterfinals coming up this weekend. If we get through this tie, we're into a Champions League quarter-final. And I don't know about you guys, but the Champions League is the biggest club competition in the world. Some would say, okay, yeah, we've got the Club World Cup, but like, who really remembers that? We remember that night in Munich when Didier Drogba converted the penalty to win us this competition. And when I look at the teams that are also left in the competition, I think the two biggest names are Bayern Munich and Manchester City. And City are playing tonight. Hopefully Borussia Mönchengladbach can do everybody a favour and somehow come back in that one. Don't think it's going to happen. Bayern Munich and City are the two that I'd be scared of. Barcelona are gone. Paris Saint-Germain, very good side, take nothing away from them, be very difficult, same as Borussia Dortmund, but Atletico Madrid are one of these big teams. And if Chelsea can get through tomorrow night in this game, not only does it build the confidence showing that we are still in fact competing with the biggest clubs in Europe in the biggest competition, but it would also be a testament as to how far this young and relatively inexperienced side has come. There's a child screaming, bloody hell. So, I've been stood here for 5 minutes. It's probably about time that I pick my side that I believe is going to knock Atletico Madrid out of the Champions League. I'm getting excited now. This is such a big game. The goalkeeper is the man who at the moment can do no wrong between the sticks. It's Edouard Mendy. Clean sheet, clean sheet, clean sheet, clean sheet. And it was big saves at the weekend as well. People have been saying, oh, well, Mendy's not really had a lot to do. People using that to kind of like backwards rationalise not giving Chelsea players praise. The reason Mendy's not had a lot to do is because we've defended so well. Against Leeds at the weekend, we changed the shape a little bit, and I thought it made us a little bit vulnerable, but Mendy came out the bag with 2 massive saves. I think against Atletico, we are going to revert back to the solid 3 at the back that we've seen from Thomas Tuchel so far. The Leeds game was an experiment that didn't work out. You know, we went with a flat back 4 that at times still looked very much like a 3 and then wing back, whatever, but it just didn't quite work in Chelsea's favour. I move into my back 3, and again, it's a tough one. I'm not sure about Thiago Silva. Obviously, like I said, this is recorded pre-press conference, but whether Silva is ready for selection or not, I would still be picking Azpilicueta, Christensen and Rudiger. I think, again, testament to the quality they've been showing recently, the form they're in, and, you know, when you're not conceding goals, it breeds a confidence for every match that comes up. You don't believe that you are going to concede. And I think at the moment, the reason Chelsea are doing so well is because there is a belief within the side. We've heard players come out in interviews and say this, but as a fan, looking at it from the sidelines, it really feels as though right now we're not going to concede a goal. And I think these 3 have been absolutely fantastic recently. Since I began the player rating series, I think these 3 on average have the highest rating of everybody because they've been playing so well. We move into the 2 wing backs, and I've gone with Marcos Alonso. I wasn't impressed with Ben Chilwell in the game against Leeds at the weekend. I don't think he covered himself in all the glory, and I think we've seen Alonso put in big performances against Atletico Madrid before, and I think he'll do the same again. We always know that he's an outlet going forward. He's been pretty solid defensively as well recently. You know, I don't like to always go back on my words, but you guys know that I love it when I can. When a player starts doing really well, and he starts actually doing the things that in the past I've criticised him for, if he's wearing the blue shirt with our badge right here, I'm always going to praise him and absolutely love eating a slice of that humble pie. Marcos Alonso's made me do that recently, and I've put him in the side today, and I've gone with Reece James over on the right-hand side. I just think that Atletico will be coming at us in this game, and I think we're going to need Reece's strength in there to kind of try and combat, in a defensive sense, a lot of that progressive Atletico Madrid play. So Reece starts on the right, Marcus starts on the left, and we move into the 2 in the centre of the midfield. No Jorginho, he is suspended. No Mason Mount, he is also suspended. So it's pretty much only 2 players that can be fit in this one, Mateo Kovacic and N'Golo Kante, both of which have been in very good form. Kovacic, when he doesn't play, I certainly feel as though we miss his industry. We miss his ability to progress the ball when he does win it in Chelsea's defensive third. N'Golo Kante, he was everywhere at the weekend against Leeds, and I firmly expect him to be the driving energy and the source in the Chelsea midfield to win us the ball back from those tricky, creative Atletico Madrid midfielders and attackers and progress us up the field. N'Golo Kante and Kovacic could be key if Chelsea want to go ahead and get through in this second leg. We move into the front 3. And there's no Mason Mount, which I really hope this one doesn't bite us. And I really don't want to be sat here in 6 Things We Learned saying, blimey, we're out the Champions League. Don't we bloody miss Mason Mount when he's not in the side. I do not want this to be the case. But I've gone with a front 3 that I certainly feel can offer Chelsea a lot of diversity when it comes to attacking, because we don't want to sit back here. You know, Atletico have got so much quality that if we simply sit back and try and defend this 1-0 lead for 90 minutes, we're not going to succeed in that. I don't believe that we would. So this front 3, I think, can seriously cause Atletico Madrid problems. I've gone with Kai Havertz playing in the number 10, the Mason Mount role. Havertz comes in there, and I've gone with Callum Hudson-Odoi and Timo Werner as the front 2. Part of me feels as though Olivier Giroud has to start this game, because of what he did in the first leg, which could definitely happen. And if that does happen, maybe we see Giroud and Werner up top, or maybe, because Werner's not been in the best form, maybe Werner drops out, Hudson-Odoi partners Olivier Giroud. I've gone with Hudson-Odoi and Timo Werner with Olivier Giroud to be that super sub kind of player if Chelsea need to call upon him if the game and the tie is moving away from us. I think we can completely change the dynamic of how we play by introducing Olivier Giroud within the game. So for that reason, as much as I think he deserves to start, and part of me thinks he actually will start when Tuchel makes his lineup decision, I think that having that card ready, if it's not going in our favour, to bring Giroud off the bench and totally change the dynamic, I think that could work in Chelsea's favour if, in fact, the game isn't working in our favour. This is such a tough one to predict because my head is saying that after that first leg performance, I'm confident. But then after the weekend, I'm thinking, if Atletico do score a goal, like, are we going to be able to create enough good chances to do so without relying on an incredible overhead kick to get us in the game? So I'm going to say full-time score, Chelsea 1, Atletico Madrid 1. I think they will score because I think they're going to have to go for it, and they're a different gravy side. They're a quality side. They've got brilliant players all over the field. But I think Chelsea are going to have enough. And if we get to the quarterfinals, you guys are going to see me afterwards, whether it is the most boring 0-0 ever. If we make it through in this tie, it's time to get excited, boys and girls. You know, Istanbul for the final. Sick and tired of hearing Liverpool fans saying, in Istanbul, we won it 5. We're going to Istanbul, all right? We're going to make it. We're going to get to the final. We're going to bloody lift that trophy again. But anyway, overly confident there towards the end, but super excited for this game. Absolutely buzzing for it. Let me know your starting 11, what you go for, what your prediction is for the result. Let me know in the comments down below, and stay tuned here on GBFC for 6 things we learned that will be out straight after the game. As I said at the beginning of the video, right at the start, if you're not yet signed up for GBFC Selects, make sure you do so. There's £1,000 to win, and Leslie Mack won it in the game against Leeds United with 26 points. It was very close at the top of the leaderboard, but congratulations to Leslie who won the 1,000. Remember, 18 plus, please be gamble aware and play responsibly. I hope to see you guys there. Catch you all tomorrow. Come on, you Blues.